fight. I'm seeing massive R ultimate, the shockwave. You've got a nice safety net there with the Braum for the Aphelios, and you have ways of getting onto the backside. But the Lucian is going into Flandre's hands again. Dom, looking at these two compositions, who do you feeling good about this?
Well, I think not in terms of just like a pure
player for over 6 years at this point. He never played his one trick on the professional stage until today, and so far professionally, he's got a 100% win rate.
Yeah, and it feels like he's going to have another good time here, at least in my opinion. I love what EDG have drafted here. You have so much range, which makes it really difficult for this Aphelios to be enabled. Even when you look at the Gnar as well, it feels like this Gnar Orianna combo is going to have a really difficult time hitting crucial members like the Jinx, like the Lucian in the backline. And hell, even if you look at the side lanes, it feels like it's EDG favored as well.
I do feel like for the side of FPX, so right, I mean, they do have quite a bit of range to play with against pretty much everyone besides Viper. So we're going to be looking at Viper to pop off for the side of EDG from, you know, the early pressure that both Scout and JJ can get. But if it can go later on, something like a Shockwave or even LWX can zone off members like Scout and Flandre. So the tools are there.
I mean, when it comes to EDG's late game, right, hyper carry Viper.
The thresh point real quick. This is something Hysterix pointed out during the season, right, is that historically Mako was a massive thresh player, not in recent, but Tien, maybe looking for duel.
Let's hold that thought. It's going to be JJ that does get the Scuttle Crab, but maybe answers with his life knocked up, trying to get towards the wall to flash away. But
we haven't seen him a lot this split, but he's a 79% win rate over 97 games in his career. This is not like it's just completely out of left field.
And it's so wonderfully symmetric as well. 79 out of 97.
I know, it's beautiful.
It's nice to look at. So is this combo from Nuguri as he solo kills Flandre on his signature.
Like, he has taken a step back, but the big one is his damage, and it's in moments like this that you get to see why he has nearly 26% of the team's damage.
I also want to highlight that this moment also sets up for more than what we're... I don't think it'd be a bad call to just look for that play. We do see EDG being the aggressors up the top side.
Oh, Nuguri wants another 1v1 with Flandre, but the culling will deny any such aggression here. Hook out from Mako, the rest of the team here to support Tien. He tries to make his way into the river, but EDG in complete control.
Yeah, Doomby's really low on mana though. He's only really got enough for one combo, and then he's out of the picture. So when you look, and Scout is completely out as well. So these mid laners not going to be big impacts in this fight.
Here we go. Herald going to be starting off on this one. EDG trying to contest as FPX play towards the top side. Flandre does have the inside track from that top lane though. The Scout gets a bit of a trunk. Crisp down to half of his HP. Eye available as Herald down to about 2,000 HP. They're going to go for the burst here. See who can get the smite as the fight kicks off. And FPX pushing forward aggressively. JJ kicked out, but it's Crisp to go down first here. And Tien gets the Eye of the Herald and answers with his life. Realm warp forward here from EDG as they want more off the back of the play. EDG, they take over FPX's early game dominance. They show them what early game looks like.
And I just can't believe that EDG can do this twice in a row. Just such a proactive, such an aggressive early game coming out. I love seeing teams utilize the Realm Warp so aggressively like Scout to finish off these kills.
EDG are coming out swinging. What a performance in this series so far. And we're going to get a replay of it here, right? You can see great hook from Mako on towards Tien, dragging everyone forward. I mean, Chris, he goes forward not really realizing, hang on, like, you're actually safe as Tien because you've got that Crescent Guard. And I want to point out here, Mako being a bro, not actually pausing. I think that's a good move when you get left behind with a rival. And that means that the rest of the team can actually follow.
Coming out from Flandre with that one, right? Because this allowed for Nuguri to push in the wave and get the bounce as we do see here. But EDG members might look to catch Nuguri off. Doesn't have flash.
Oh, JJ moves in through the river here. Nuguri, as you said, no flash. Halfway towards Mega Gnar, but I don't think he'll ever see the day that he turns Mega. Culling coming into the brush here. Sonic Wave still available, but they leave the kill for Scout to grab his hat trick.
And that's now, as you say, 3 kills for them. They may look for more, though.
Mako wants to go aggressive, but it's LWX that's turning this one out straight on towards the enemy support. Mako falls, and Viper cannot set it up for his teammate that's TP.
Yeah, really nice play coming out from LWX. Just goes, hey, I got the grab. Moonlight Vigil goes down. They're able to lock numerous members down. Also the Severum, so actually the Burst gun coming out from the side of LWX, and nice to see them get something back in the bot lane.
And this is kind of crazy to see, right? We said LWX and Chris weren't going to be that dominant bot lane here. It's Viper and Mako who have been those top performers, coming out with the biggest goal difference of every AD carry in this, out of the split, but they're actually falling behind.
Yeah. It's crazy to think how both teams have adapted to each other, right? Because you see EDG now going for this mid-jungle support play style to where FPX have been more happy to look for some of these 2v2 plays. And again, I feel like it's just them catching out EDG's bot lane off guard.
In case there was any sort of play, but he's actually defending this top lane turret at the same time, so you're not even getting FPX making these cross-map plays at the moment.
I thought that plays were pretty good.
Yeah, sorry. You know what, I'm just so angry
Oh,
right
hang on,
now.
we've got a 1v1 on the top side as Scout finds Nuguri and obliterates. Where did he go?
Man, what an absolute monster performance coming out from Scout. A lot of people haven't been talking about Scout recently, right? It was about Doinby, it was about Knight, it was about Fofo.
We literally said it at the start. We said how Scout's had a great split, but he's been overshadowed by Doinby, not in this series.
And I came into playoffs like, you know, EDG, a little bit of a rocky start. They drop into the lower bracket. I was like, all right, you know, we're getting EDG in playoffs. What is this from Scout? Scout managing to just one-shot Nuguri, getting the double CC coming through with these squishy characters, but that's not what we're getting.
Very similar to Game 1, right?
Yeah.
What we saw from FPX across all of Game 1 was group up as a 5, try and win in a straight-up 5v5.
Uh-oh.
But that's not what we're seeing right here as Crisp forced away. The rocket going to be blocked. Crisp will survive the Glacial Fissure, also gets a knock-up. Here comes Scout from the back line, trying to find the flank. Mako goes down. Crisp surviving, finally falls, but it's 2 for LWX already, and he wants to be the carry that nobody believed in. It's 4-3 in the numbers game, and FPX have control of the Baron pit.
And that was just all over the place, right? FPX did have a slight numbers advantage. The fact that Scout wasn't there, and he's the massive member on the side of EDG, I feel like was such a big factor in that fight. But going back to what you were saying before, I actually feel like FPX have been doing a good job in terms of staying turtled, staying as this death ball composition, never letting there be stragglers, insides, and walking into the enemy jungle, which Crisp almost did right there, as we're gonna see here, Dagda.
Yeah, nearly goes down. I'm shocked that he stayed alive after this play. Even you can see Tien, another block onto the Viper ultimate that was coming across, but it does give FPX that time that you were talking about here. You don't have Scout here. He spends half his time trying to
Team's kind of posturing right now like they want to go for this. Dragon is up in 10 seconds, and FPX have control of bot side river.
And it will be an Ocean Soul as well. Importantly, such a crucial one to fight for as EDG toying with the idea of face checking, but they're just going to realm up straight at the Baron. EDG calling FPX's bluff. They're just going to burn this one down. They have a Jinx and a Rise. They've been faithful to EDG, and his faith is being rewarded.
And this is where I was a bit scared in this fight, right? Because you can see JJ wanted to stick on the Baron for a little bit too long. It did get low enough to where they thought they could burn. Then FPX on the opposite side, Tien going straight in. Sure, you're able to get Flandre, but you set up for such a great angle from Scout on the side to just delete 2 members. Look at Nuguri. He's not even Meganar, so he's not able to put anything forward. And Scout just continuing to be aggressive, looks for the flash, and EDG take everything.
That was dirty. That was just so dirty. I like that we're getting the double the time too. They're like, you know what, lads, just run it back. Let's just run it back.
You'd love to see it, and just Scout's mechanics in these fights, he has to play so cautiously, because remember, Scout, he's on that rise. If he ever gets caught, he's doomed, but the Everfrost is just, it's too beautiful to witness. Then obviously flashes on Doinby to finish the fight off.
The big thing as well.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
Now we're getting EDG. This was the story the whole time. The upsets have been there in front of our eyes.
I feel like the big thing for EDG as well, right? They're just playing so immaculately. And right now, what they're doing, because they're on soul point, right? They're just waiting for this dragon to come up. They're trying to bait FPX members into the enemy jungle to try and find those picks with a death sentence. And they're not looking for any like cheeky, maybe 1-3-1 plays or 1-4 plays, even though they do have side laners with teleport.
And this is what we know from EDG, right? Playing super safe, but with Ocean Drake coming up in 30 seconds time, they have control of the river. There is no Destiny this time. There is no special vision tools for FPX to find a way in. A Scout is up on the top side of the play here. FPX trying to move forwards, but they could be in trouble. Look at the damage out from Scout. Straight on towards Nuguri, who has to just retreat here. Tien's gone too deep. He's 1v4 in the back line. It's going to be a Moonlight Vigil to try and keep him safe, but they just don't have the damage. FPX forced away. More kills for EDG as they take over the finals. Doinby gets a consolation prize, but that's all he'll find as Scout chases him through the jungle, and the rest of EDG, they're looking for the home run.
And EDG can just clean this up. They can push down the base. We actually live in a reality where EDG, coming in massive underdogs, gonna be 2-0 up in this final.
This is an unbelievable, unprecedented performance from EDG. They're gonna blow this base open. They're looking for bonus kills as they look to reinstate their legacy. The Nexus will fall. EDG are 2-0 over FPX.
This is a phenomenal performance from EDG. How they have